Hey guys, I have a printer here from HPRT. This is the thermal printer this time. We had a photo printer from them before. They did reach out to us and ask us what kind of stencils we would be printing, so we sent them a few demos. Hopefully that helped in creating this thermal printer here, and we can't wait to show it to you on the Floaty channel. We also have some paper, but let's take a look and see how everything works. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Okay, let's take a look. All right, let's open up the box. Looks like it comes in a nice carrying case. We sent some printing paper in the box with the printer too. Okay, let's open this up. Nice little case here. Little area to store the cords. A little handle on the side there. Very nice case for your printer. You would think more people would make that. That's actually the first like nice carrying case that I've seen for a thermal printer. All right, here it is. Nothing really to say about the size. It's not too big. It's not teeny tiny. It's not super lightweight. It's a nice, it's got like a nice weight to it, which to me is a little exciting. That means it might be a good printer. I like that it has a little bit of weight to it. Again, you have this great carrying case, so who cares? It's not like too heavy or anything. It's perfect. So let's see how it works. Talking a lot about the weight. It's probably pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just take a peek. Okay, so we have cover, button openings. We have the power button. The paper inlet is on this side here, on the same side as the push buttons. So we want to be able to read the logo facing us. So we're going to be, looks like we're going to be putting it in through the front. And we want the thermal side down. Does it want the yellow side? Probably not. Doesn't mention that. All right, let's turn on the HPRT. It's got this nice sensor here, power button, touch. So now that's on, and again, we're going to be feeding into this side, but let's take a peek at the inside of the machine too. Got the push buttons there, and yep, so just looks pretty much as expected. Looks like we're going to feed it in this side, and then it's going to come out over there. So I do like that you can lift this up and down in case there's a paper jam or you want to straighten things out. That's good. So it looks really good. Feels awesome. I mean, it is a printer. The only thing we care about is can it print. So let's take a look. Okay, so in the user manual, we have the QR code to get the app. So you're going to want to pull that out, scan that in, and then that should take us to the app. So just do that scan real quick. HPRT.com. And now we can get the download for the app. I'm just going to get this one. All right, we're going to connect the printer first. So clicking that. And it looks like it is seeing our printer there. Just going to click that one. All right, it says it's connected there. Battery's at 63%. And there's other settings here. Interesting. Yeah, lots of information there. Okay. And then we have our pictures where we're going to allow access to our photos. Print this little flash piece I have here. All right, cool. So it's like a little different sort of app. You can see the interface is a lot different than the other apps I've seen. I actually really like this interface so far. So I went to go print, and now it's asking me density, and it has like a low, medium, and high density. I think I'll start in the middle just to try it out that way first. And then it does ask about the size of the sheet. Oh, you can do A4 or a letter. So that's kind of nice if you have files under A4 already. Margins, it looks like you can change. So that's just changing like the size of the overall piece. You can see it moving behind there. I'm going to not split. I'm going to do scale for this one. Out of paper. Okay, so now it wants me to load the paper. There's no other setting, so let's do that. Okay, I'm going to remove this center part. And I think I'm going to leave the yellow side on with the thermal side down. Okay, it beeped once, and I'm going to print it. Okay, let's see. Oh, all right. There we go. Take it out. And let's take a look. All right, cool. So yeah, you definitely want to leave the yellow side on. I think the printer will not feed so well unless you do. Yeah, we got this girl with a bear on an island. So the first thing I'm noticing is that the paper is pretty similar to other paper I've used in the past. The detail looks pretty good. I can't really tell if the saturation is correct though, because I feel like it's a little light. So we do have another setting. We have the darker setting. So you might want to just check that out real quick. It is a more fine line piece, but it did pretty well. I think the resolution looks pretty good. The paper is not, it's not spirit paper, it's different. All right, let's try that again. We're just gonna try that higher density setting now, just to make sure. Okay, it's all loaded. Over here in the density, you will see the black. That is just like the highest setting they have. So, bleh. All right, so in the density setting, we have the third option here, which is the darkest. We're going to print on that setting and see if it gets darker. All right, yeah, so that did fix it. Thank goodness. All right, who chose the bear? Check it out. A girl, a bear on an island. She's not going to get eaten. He's nice. Yeah, so it looks really good. Very, very saturated now to completion. This is just a simple fine line piece, something that you should be able to get on your client. No problem. So that looks really good. All right, let me put that to the side. I want to try something a little more complicated. I'm going to throw like a portrait into Tattoo Stencil app and then see if it can print with that. Okay, I'm going to work with this image that I created in AI. It is just a portrait of Joan of Arc. Downloading it in the Tattoo Stencil app. Go back to the app we've been working in. All right, just get the printer. And this paper is doing really well. Let's keep trying it out. Again, just taking out the middle part, and we're going to leave on the yellow, and that's going to be face up. And you just stick it in the center here. Printer does the work for you. Coming on over here to the print settings, I think this one we're going to should probably stay at the darkest setting just to see. I think it works really well so far, so let's try that. And we're gonna just press print. Sounds a little like a tiny mouse on a motorcycle. All right, and this is the more detailed picture here. Let's see how it did. All right, it seems like the thermal is really coming off nice and evenly. I love that. There's no like big areas of missing ink. I'm just taking a look at the actual print now. Yeah, so there, I'm just looking at some of the details that it was able to pick up. There was some unusual stuff right here that it actually did get all of that. There's all these little details here in the neck armor, and it did get all of that too. That's really impressive. It got pretty much everything. Yeah, it got everything I need down here. I'm just looking, making sure there are a bunch of details here in the collar area, and so I'm just checking that too. Yeah, that's in there. This is all kind of complicated, and that's actually in there too. And it gets a little schmutzy out here, and I don't even really know what that is, to be honest. Like, this side has a little bit of something, and I do see it there. So honestly, like, this is a great print. I don't think you would need anything more than this. It seems like, now I haven't tried this on skin, how it transfers to skin. That's something I'd have to play with versus the spirit paper or whatever like that. But this is a pretty good paper so far. It does have that like shiny kind of coating that I'm used to seeing in these types of brands of paper. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think sometimes it can help if you have like darker skin. The sheen can kind of help you see the stencil a little better. So that is not a downside. It's just something I'm noticing. And yeah, it got all the details. What else can I say? It could be a little higher resolution, I guess. There might be like a little bit more detail it could eke out, but not really. Not really. Nothing that you could accomplish with your needle. So yeah, no, I think all in all, this is a beautiful print. I think I'm happy with it. I guess there's a lot of I thinks because this is a new paper. I've never tried this paper before. Do you think maybe I should try some spirit paper just to do a comparison? All right, let's do it. It's always easier to do comparisons, I think. So let's do this green spirit paper here. We're going to load it after removing that center portion, leaving the yellow on. So quick and easy. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to print the same picture, and I'm going to print it the same way. So this is our former print. We're going to compare this to Spirit Green. They do recommend to use their paper, by the way. I should mention that. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Wow. Yeah, no, their paper's better. It works better with their printer. It picked up so many more gradients, and I mean, you can see it. Not just that, but I feel like their paper ran through a lot more smoothly. There's not as many wrinkles. That is something that I struggle with sometimes with spirit paper. And that is because this paper is just more wrinkly, I think, than the one they sent. The one they sent is actually really flat and smooth compared to the spirit paper. You can kind of see that, I think, on camera. I can definitely see it in to my eye, but yeah, there's just naturally more wrinkles in this type of paper, probably just the density of the paper. So, you know, between these two, I would definitely want to use this one. What do you guys think? Okay guys, so the last thing I think we should do, obviously this printer is printing beautifully. I'm really happy with the paper that they sent, but until I can recommend it to you, I want to just try it on my skin. So I'm going to transfer this onto my arm really quick and just make sure that the stencil paper has good ink that will kind of hold and last and be good for you guys in your studio. Oh Lord. All right, we're not going to glove it or do anything fancy today, so by all means do not do it like this at home. So today I am using Hold Fast Stencil Solution. It's my favorite. Okay, so the paper is still very flexible. Even though it's a little bit thicker than the Spirit paper, it still seems like it's not as thick as the tracing paper that you print on or anything like that. It has good formability to it. So. All right, there it is. Should we tattoo it? No, we're not going to tattoo this on me. I'm just going to let it dry for 15 minutes. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. I still have it here. Let's get some soap on this cloth and we'll start trying to take it off. So it didn't spread or do anything funky, which is great. Okay, so first wipe and kind of agitation, it's still there. A few more wipes. You can still see it. Starting to get a little lighter down by the bear. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm working with here. It's a little harder to take off in certain areas than others. But you can do a pretty darn good scrub and still have a design that's pretty readable. Is it as good as Spirit paper in this regard? No, but almost nothing I've tried is as crazy strong as Spirit paper. Even Spirit green is not as strong as Spirit purple, which we demonstrated in a prior demo. So my big thing is after one wipe, is it still there? And it was, and it's still there now. So I think you're safe with this stencil paper. It's a new stencil paper. I just wanted to make sure that I could use it reliably as well in my studio. After doing this demo on my arm, I'm feeling very confident that it is a great stencil paper, that it should work fine. I am going to hit it with some alcohol now. All right, and it's off with the alcohol, and it took a lot of scrubbing, but it disappeared. I rank it somewhere in between the Spirit green and Spirit purple. As you know, Spirit purple tends to stay on a little too long. It's better for larger scale projects. Spirit green is a little better for medium to small scale because you don't want it to stay on too long and you can see through it a little better for those fine line projects. This is somewhere in between, so it's another little category, and I think it works really, really well. It's definitely one of my favorite printers so far, so I'm excited to show it to you guys. I hope that you will consider purchasing it. You can get it for $120, and you can find it in the link in the description below. You will not be disappointed in HPRT. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.